All right, let's welcome back to Straight Fire, college basketball legend. I can call him that, man. Come on. Resume he's got. Goodness gracious, play for the Milwaukee Bucks, John Henson. John, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I'm fully immersed into college basketball stuff now, so yeah, I'm excited to be here today.
Yeah, it's been an amazing college basketball season. So many good freshmen. Um, I don't even really know where to start other than Darryn Peterson, the superstar at Kansas. He's making a lot of noise. So Wednesday night he plays in the first half, erupts, goes off for like 20, and then just powers down with cramps. Afterward, Bill Self, I'm sure you saw the video, was just like, I thought we were past all that stuff. I guess not. We're going to need him. He was very careful with his words. I don't know, John. Your era, I don't recall this kind of stuff. People are calling it like load management for college basketball. What do you think's going on with Peterson?
Well, from a player's perspective, obviously, there's something going on. Whether they say, "Hey, look, give us what you can. Let us know if you're not feeling well." But from a Bill Self perspective, I was had the privilege to play for Roy Williams, Hall of
That's
Famer,
right. Yeah.
and he does so much to overly protect his players to the public, almost to a fault. So I don't like that they're not on the same page, or the fact that Bill Self isn't trying to at least shield the criticism, because there were things that Coach Williams used to say in the media that just weren't true, but he was trying to protect us as players,
Mhm.
as humans. So I think Bill Self could be a little nicer. We'll just say he'll be a little nicer on the Peterson subject. And as far as Peterson, you know, you got the. Do you say, hey, look, give us what you got, which is look like what they're doing. If you don't feel good, we'll sit you out. Because if you saw the clip, I mean, he looked over Bill Self, scrambling him, get him out, right? So that's telling me that he's not 100%, and they've made some type of agreement to, maybe, if you're not healthy, we can sit down. And I hate it for both parties because he's so good. And NBA teams, I mean, I saw Jay Williams say today, like, I'm taking DeBonza at number one. The number two team is probably praying someone takes DeBonza, right? Because he's that good. I still think he's number one. So I've never seen nothing like it. It confused me, but my theory is, hey, look, he's a little banged up, he's a little injured. They say, hey, look, give us what you got. If you're not feeling good, let's get out of there.
Yeah, it's weird. I can't believe Jay Williams would say that. Did he not watch DeBonsa versus Peterson head to head? I mean, it wasn't even close.
Yeah,
Peterson ate him up. I mean, like, and I love DeBonsa. He's awesome. But Peterson got the better. Now he was, I believe, at Fog Allen, right?
yeah,
I think that
yeah.
game was. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But Peterson had a little. You could tell he had a little more juice because if people don't remember, in high school, Peterson killed DeBonza in high school too when they went in
Oh,
that
I didn't
match.
know that.
So it's been yeah, that's number two, time number two.
Mm. Yeah, I
So
mean, like, listen, it's not like DeBonsa's chopped liver. I mean, I see him and I'm like, holy crap, is that Tracy McGrady?
yeah,
And Tracy McGrady, an amazing player. It's just that Peterson, I don't know. When they went head to head, you're right. He had more juice. And again, they're coming off the Iowa State loss. They get shellacked. He bounces back with an incredible first half, and then basically was like, "You guys have seen enough. I'm gonna rest." Like I don't have a major problem with it, but at the same time, John, it's like a pitch count. Like it's just weird, you know?
yeah, and like and you would think that, oh, hey, maybe there's some type of agreement, but then when you hear Coach Self, right, he's confused too. So
Yeah.
like that's another weird thing because everyone needs to be on the same page in the organization, the program, and if he's saying he wants to come out and Coach Self was like, well, I thought we were good. I don't know what's going on there. Obviously, Coach Self is frustrated. He's competitive, but I've never seen nothing like it. Like usually, most teams are in unison with their message, and Peterson's over here and Self is over here.
Yeah, that it's a little odd. Let me go to the big game this weekend, Michigan Duke.
Yeah.
Incredible college basketball matchup, John. It does harken back a little before your time to the Fab Five against Leitner and Hurley. I don't know if you remember those regular season matchups. You might have been like 10.
Yeah.
But those were incredible. And like, you don't get the out of conference mid-season matchups. This is basically number one versus two in most of the analytics. I think that Michigan's better. I'm surprised it's 3.5. I thought it'd be a little less than that. Michigan's a team to beat, though, right?
Yeah, they're the team to beat. I mean, they're the team that can go on a 10-15-0 run and all of a sudden you're down. Like when Purdue was down early, I said it's over. I mean, Purdue's going to fight back, but if Michigan get up on you 15, 14 points, you're not going to beat them. And that's what they do. I mean, they've got a bunch of 30-point wins. And with Duke, right, I don't think Duke is as formidable as they were last year.
Agreed.
And so on that matchup, you have to like Michigan, and 3.5 is just enough, right, for you to think. I think, but I mean, I think you've got to go with Michigan. They're a wagon. I mean, the only way they lost is Wisconsin went nuclear from three, 15
That's
for
right.
33. I mean, I watched the game. They didn't miss it the second half.
Yeah, I remember. I
And
was
it's
on
still
Michigan.
it was a game down the
Yeah.
stretch. So they're that good. And I think the thing with Michigan, they go 8 deep. They've had 8 different guys that led the team in scoring at any given time, and that's another issue. And then they're number one defense. So not only have you got guys that can pick up a slack if they're not having a good game, defense is going to be consistent and sustainable, and that's why you have this kind of juggernaut right now, and they're favored by 3.5 points against arguably the second best team in the country.
Yeah. It's weird though. If you look at Duke's starting five, so Sarr's a freshman, Foster's a junior, the two other guys are sophomores, and then Boozer's a freshman. They are incredibly young. And I watched them melt down at the end against Texas Tech, and I watched them melt down at the end against UNC. And I will never forget, John. Let's just say I was loaded up on Duke and a Calcutta last year in the wherever was it Final Four when they lost or Elite Eight?
Yeah, Houston. Yep, they
Houston,
couldn't hit
yeah.
a shot.
I mean, like the final 7 minutes, they just blew the game. I was stunned. It hurt badly. And I just wonder if this team's so young. Now, they only have 2 losses this year by a combined 4 points. I'm not saying they're chopped liver, but they haven't played the schedule I don't think Michigan has. Um, I don't know how good Duke is. Is it okay to say that?
I agree. When you look at their schedule, right, they've got some good wins, obviously, but you kind of look like they beat Florida, but that's when Florida was still figuring things out. I think it's a different
Yeah.
ball now, right? They beat Michigan State, good win, but we all feel like you're better than Michigan State. Texas Tech, you lose, and then other than that, your best win, Louisville, right? Like I'm looking down the schedule, right? So you haven't been as battle tested as Michigan. And I don't want to like project, but I think Michigan could blow the doors off Duke if Duke comes in a little bit sluggish in the first half, which they have been in some games.
Interesting. Now it's a neutral site game. How about this?
Yep.
John, I was looking at the roster. So Lendeborg, who's amazing. I love this guy. Yeah, I don't think people realize he's 23. Not really a late bloomer either. He's just a European guy. And
Yep.
then you've got Boozer, who is 18. Bro, a 5-year difference? I mean, I know people don't want to act like that's a thing. That has to be a thing. In football, it's major, right?
Yeah.
Freshmen aren't really huge impact players unless they're like, freaks like Smith from Ohio State. But 23 versus 18 to me is a big one.
Yeah, and to put it in perspective, Boozer could potentially be signing a max contract extension at 20 at Landenberg's age. Just to kind of like put it in perspective, like it's kind of crazy, right? Like he'll be year 4 in the league when Lindenberg is just graduating, obviously, or leaving. So that is a big difference. I think that matters experience, but Boozer's so good. I think Boozer's going to be. I think it's going to be the guys around Boozer. They're probably going to go mano a mano with Boozer, see what happens. Maybe dig on him a little bit.
Yeah.
And if he can dominate and collapse the defense, because he can pass the ball, I mean, he can do it all. Like I'm so impressed with him. He's kind of the runaway favorite for Player of the Year, not a Toppins out. So
Yeah.
I think Boozer's going to be a problem in any setting. It's just the surrounding cast, and I think Michigan, from that standpoint, I mean, A+. Like Duke doesn't have the depth of Michigan.
You said runaway for Player of the Year, so Boozer has been awesome.
Mm.
I'm just going to throw some other freshmen at you who have been, shall we say, decent. Keaton Wagler, Illinois, pretty freaking awesome. I don't know if you saw Acuff this week, went for 49, didn't come out for 1 minute in the game. There's so many guys. Are you sure Boozer's a lock to win the Player of the Year?
I think that the narrative is locked in. I mean, I think he's the favorite in Vegas as well. I think that narrative's locked in. Just you got a Duke across your chest. You're the best team in the country. You're averaging 23 or 22 and 10. You're gonna get Player of the Year in the ACC. Um,
ACC's bad though. Come on, bro.
for sure, but
Yeah,
it's just he's steamrolling right now. So I can't see anybody take. I thought Toppin could bring on some late
yeah.
pressure, but that's the only guy I thought could potentially challenge him for that award.
Um, what about Flemings at Houston? He's
Love
awesome.
Flemings.
He
Love
just
Flemings.
probably doesn't have the profile, like you said, Duke, Caleb Wilson from Michigan with the broken hand. Have you heard it? You're a UNC guy. I got to ask if you got insider info. Is he coming back this year?
I mean, that's the plan. But I tell people all the time, with the tournament coming up, right? That's what UNC has to say, right? They have to say it's coming back. I hurt my wrist. I'll never forget it. And we were supposed to be number one overall seed projected. Oh, John Henson's wrist is fine. He's just going to be out for the ACC tournament. My wrist was screwed. I was playing on one arm, right? So nobody knew that, and they got us a seed. If I would have said, hey, look, I'm only going to be 50% or I potentially could miss some more games, we don't get the number one overall seed. So whatever they got their plan is, it's definitely be close to chess because you want to get the best seed in the tournament.
Great
so
point. I'm looking at now. Yeah.
They're saying he's coming back, but we don't know.
We don't know. Yeah. And I'm sorry. I'm looking at the Ken Palm Player of the Year stats, and Boozer is light years ahead of Josh Jefferson of Iowa State. So yeah, you're probably right. Boozer gets it. It is a tough year. The top end injury blows. I think Texas Tech is kind of cooked with that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I talked about this last night on a show. Toppin is 30%, essentially 30% of their offense.
Jeez.
Kind of like metrics wise, it's like simple as I can put it. And when you look at usage rate for players in the country, he's 47th, but the 46 players in front of him are teams that aren't very good. So he's the most utilized player in the country on a good team. That's going to tell you what's going to happen to Texas Tech. I think it's going to be downhill from here, unfortunately for bad form. But they don't have any depth either, right? So it's tough. That's basketball though.
I'm looking at some of my futures plays, and I have Texas Tech in a couple bets. Those I can rip those up.
Yeah,
that's over.
Yeah.
Legitimately, can over under 1.5 Big Ten teams in the Final Four.
Over under 1.5. So we go Michigan.
Yep.
Ooh, I think over under. Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah, it is because I love Illinois. I got them last summer. Loved Illinois.
Yeah, I think you can. I think realistically you can see two because Illinois is obviously really good. They don't even have their starting point guard yet. Dare I say they look as good or not better without them, which is scary.
Yeah.
So those are the two teams that I can see get to the Final Four for sure.
I mean, I'm not as high on Purdue and Michigan State. I mean, Michigan State's offense is dreadful, and Purdue's defense, they just have no size. But so yeah, I like Illinois a lot. I'm just curious, where are you on some of these sneaky good teams that aren't usually good, aka a Nebraska, Vanderbilt? Should we take them seriously or what?
I think you should take. I think they're good enough to be taken seriously, but it's hard, man. Like sustaining excellence at a high level. And you've never been there as a program. It is what it is. You see when Nebraska, Vanderbilt, right, top 10-ish teams have kind of like faltered a little bit because you know what? Now when I come into your place, I'm not. This isn't the old. This isn't your dad's Vanderbilt. This isn't your dad's Nebraska. We're locked in, and so they have to adjust to that, right? Once they get to that level, which I think Vanderbilt obviously lost last night, is doing.
Yeah.
But it's tough. Like having a target on your back every night, like that's hard. That's what those teams are adjusted to, and they faltered a little bit, but commendable season. Both those programs having the best seasons essentially they've had in program history. So it's good to see for college basketball.
Florida's chances of going back to back. I've been waffling on the Gators. They got the size for sure. They're starting to come on. I think they've won 10 of 11. I don't know if the guard play is good enough. And I like Fland and I love Lee. I just, again, I like them personally. I don't know if they're good enough. And three-point shooting is their big bugaboo. 347th in the country. And any thoughts on the Gators?
I love the Gators. I think this is like kind of their floor, right? With no 3-point shooting, you're obviously 6 in Ken Palm. They rebound almost half of their misses. So even when they miss, they get the rebounds. And so they're going to be tough to beat just off the strength if they're going to get the ball back more than you, and they do not. And defensive rebound percentage, they get all the so you can't get extra possessions. They don't really turn the ball over, and they rebound. That's the Carolina formula right there. Like, hey, look,
Yep.
so they're going to be tough to beat. Now, someone could beat them, but if that guard play just go, if they could just get into the get hot and get into the mid 30s from three, it could get scary. They could definitely go back to back.
Yeah. Wrapping up in college basketball. Where are you on this whole NIL stuff? Obviously, I'm sure you see some of the numbers being floated, and I saw the top end. Hey, he could just come back next year and make 5 million, 6 million a year. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But where do you stand on this? Is this good for the game? Bad? It seems like if you're not like a top 10, 20, even a first round pick, you might as well just come back to school, or instead of getting that clock started, make $3, $4, $5 million. Because who knows what you're going to make in the pros, or have to go to, overseas in Europe, China. Where are you on this NIL stuff?
Yeah, I think it's great for the game. I mean, college basketball, you could argue is more enjoyable to watch than the NBA right now. You could argue that because
Wow.
the best players are staying, and you're paying kids. Yes, you're paying kids millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands, but you know what? Can you tell? Not really, right?
Yeah,
Can
no,
you
that's
tell?
fair.
Can you tell? Like this is like the Alabama Arkansas game last night. Like
Oh gosh,
that didn't
yeah.
that didn't look like, hey, I'm sitting back making all this money. Like I'll be fine. Like no, like that was blood, sweat, and tears out there. So I think it's the quality of the college game is at an all time high. And even with the rev share coming in, it's only going to get better because now things are going to even out a little more now between these top schools and these power conferences. So I love it for the kids if it's done the right way. Obviously, it's the wild wild west. Everyone has their own methods and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the JT Toppin, we were talking about it last night. Like, hey, look, like, what do you do at Texas Tech? Hey, we'll pay you a little bit. I mean, if I'm JT Toppin, I'm medical red shirting, right? Taking a year off, and then I'm going to get paid. So Texas Tech, are you going to pay me to rehab here, or do I need to go somewhere else? Because someone will pay him. I know someone that will pay him. Tar Heels. But look,
I like how you just slid that in there.
If Texas Tech is wavering, give us a call.
I don't think they're wavering. Yeah.
No, they can't. They can't.
Let me pivot to the NBA real quick, John. So you spent time in Milwaukee, and they've got a little Giannis situation on their hands right now.
Yeah.
I don't. Do you still talk to people with the Bucks organization?
I'm still close with people in the Bucks organization somewhat.
Yep.
So I hear things and stuff like that, but they don't want to get rid of him. I mean, you get rid of Giannis. I mean, I think they have to now, but I mean, it's going to set the Bucks back to when I got drafted there, the Cousins Center. It's just going to be a tough place to get guys to come, and you're going to have to draft well.
So, I mean, I'm looking, and he's saying comments like, "Hey," he told a Greek outlet, "Hey, man, well, I could maybe they trade me now, maybe not, or I could just leave when I'm a free agent." Like, what? Why would they keep you and lose you for nothing? I don't know how closely you follow the Giannis saga, but it feels like he's afraid for people to hate him. He's trying this whole pain avoidance thing. Well, I don't want to annoy the fans. I don't want to look like I'm bought. Why can't people just tell him, dude, hey, you know what? Do what's going to make you happy.
Yeah, I think he's trying to act like he's indifferent on the situation, and he want hey, look, come out, say, look, I did what I needed to do for this organization. We're at a point to where I need to move forward, and I love the city with all my heart, but it's time to move on. And I think people respect it. But now the narrative is out, right? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
No, and I think they're going to trade him in the offseason. I think that there were some phone calls. The team said, "Look, can you just wait till after the trade deadline, right? Like, wait till the end of the season. Let us move some things around. We'll have something for you." And I think Milwaukee is fine with waiting.
So, you know how this NBA stuff works. The NBA players call the shots. If he just says, "I want to sign in Los Angeles, Miami, don't trade for me. I'm not signing the extension there." He'll get to Los Angeles, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
So I guess I don't understand that. If like John, you know this. So you went into the draft and you got drafted by Milwaukee, right?
Yeah.
Any other job out there, your first job, you're applying wherever you want. You get a job offer, you go there. you're not tied there for 7 years. You
Yeah.
go there and then, hey, whenever you're ready to get another job, you bounce. This idea that Giannis owes Milwaukee anything, they drafted him. He won a title. He wants to go somewhere else. I don't see what the issue is.
And I mean, he's more than weighted, and this is, he's on the other end of the spectrum, right? Like people get mad at these guys like Dame Lillard, like, hey, I'm ready to get me out of here, right? Because now he's on the other end of the spectrum where he's banged up, he's older. Milwaukee
Yeah.
can't really give him the supporting cast. They're not winning. And he's only got, I mean, what, 3 to 5 prime years left, in my opinion.
Well, he's 31.
So yeah, give me 35-year-old Giannis, and we'll see where we're at, right? We'll see where we're at.
Okay.
So he's got to make a move if he wants to win. He's got to make a move, I think, and Milwaukee is open to that. But I think that they're also sitting back like we have to get a type of haul that can keep us relevant. Because listen, before me, I got there first. Giannis was a year after. Chris was, I think, came in with my draft class. We won 15 games. Like people forget that. If you
15.
take, we won 15 games. So you take away Giannis,
Wow.
you don't get enough coming back. Futures, kind of building blocks. I mean, you're right back to the Cousin Centers Bucks, which we don't want.
Hey, listen, it happens. And how do you think the Spurs got to the top of the NBA? How do you think the Thunder got to the top? They got Chet 2, Wemby goes 1, Cade Cunningham, where was he drafted? 1. All those teams had to suck for a while to get a star. Now Dallas fell backwards into Cooper Flag, but let's be real, they're going to be bad for the next couple of years. Everybody's go ahead.
I was with Detroit when they were sucking on purpose. They had, it was Reggie Jackson, Morris twin. Remember we had Blake, injured Blake, D Rose. Listen, nobody was trying to win there.
What were the last like two months of the season like?
I mean, we just kind of just played. I mean, I think me and D Rose ended up starting, which, I don't know if that was to tank or to win, right? I'll be honest.
Was he at an old age in his? I'm trying to think. Was he like 30, mid-30s?
Yeah, he's mid-30s because I was 30. I was 30. I turned 30, so he's probably 32, 33. But yeah, and so they got literally a franchise chasing player. So you see those like the NBA incentivized taking without incentivizing taking, right? Like you go get Darryn Peterson or DeBonza, it changes the trajectory of, it changes my job for one, changes the organization's trajectory, and then everyone gets extended and gets paid again because we drafted the right guy and da. So it's a big deal.
I mean, people don't get it. It like in the NFL, a number 1 pick, a quarterback can change your fortunes, but he only plays offense. He don't play defense or special teams. Baseball pitcher, you go get the best pitcher in the draft. Great. He pitches every 5 days. In an NBA player is on the court 40 minutes, plays both ends. He humongously transformative. I mean, There isn't anything like that. And this idea that you should be yelled at for tanking. I saw the Suns owner going off. Oh, tanking's for losers. Actually, no, it's pretty smart if you ask me. I mean, I don't get it.
No, you brought up a great point. I actually thought about the other day, like what sport does one player change? I mean, changes lives. Like I go on the team with Giannis, right? And he becomes who he is. I got extended. Chris Middleton got extended. Brandon Knight gets extended. Greg Monroe comes in as a max free agent. Miles Plumlee gets extended. Like, if we don't have Giannis to elevate us to a position where we're winning games, I mean, he changed my life per se in the sense of him being the player he is and say, okay, this fits with this guy, right? Okay, Coach Budenholzer gets a championship. He gets another opportunity. He gets extended, right? John Horst, the GM, gets the owner. Like one player can change everything, and no other sport is like that, right? Like you say, if you get a quarterback in the field, you got to put pieces around him. Baseball, you get Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens is winning games, and he's the best pitcher out there, right?
Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, do you still talk to Giannis at all, or no?
Here and there, briefly, chatting, nothing crazy. Busy man, obviously, but yeah, like that's a great point. Like, there is no other sport where one player. I mean, think about what the Jazz are doing. They're obviously tanking.
Yeah,
Danny Ainge just said, "Look, we're tanking." The owner, he's kind of a younger, kind of trendy guy. BYU, right? DeBonza. He's like, "Look, Let's tank because the pieces they have with Jackson and Markkinen, if they go get a number 1 or 2 pick, if they go get a Peterson or the Bonza
They're gonna be good.
or Kinston Flemings or Caleb Wilson, like just like that.
Instantly.
Yes, just like that.
I
So
mean, I don't think you can hate it. And I don't get the outcry. Oh my gosh, these teams are sitting guys. Yeah, because they're incentivized to go try to get one of the best players in the draft. I mean, we've seen this in the NFL too. Let's not act like when Trevor Lawrence wasn't coming out, teams were aggressively trying to lose games. Caleb
mhm.
Williams, hey, I don't mind being terrible. I want the number one pick. Like it happens. Just they need to get over it. Anyways, all right, John Henson, college basketball. What game you got this weekend?
Well, I'm in studio for HQ, but I have a Nevada. They don't like saying Nevada. Nevada versus
Nevada.
New Mexico, and then I got UNLV versus Nevada on next Saturday. So Tuesday and Saturday, but I'll be at CBS HQ this weekend. So,
What do you like better at HQ or calling games?
ooh, it's a tough one. I like calling games because I'm a little more mobile and I can travel. But sitting in the studio all day is watching games. Is what I do anyways in life. So that's fun. Well,
Yeah.
that's fun as well.
Steve Alford coaching Nevada.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, Steve's chilling, man. He's got a nice little program right there. He's one of the best all timers. One of the all
Yeah.
timers people don't talk about. Right? He's got a lot of good wins.
Yeah. No, for sure. And nice little jumper he's got there for Indiana too. All
Yeah. Yep.
right,
Yep.
John. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.